Hi, this is Thomas from At the Gates. You're listening to Rockum Radio with Gino.
Where are you calling from right now?
We are in Gothenburg.
In Gothenburg. My God, how is the weather?
It's actually summer outside.
Oh, perfect. Like here. I'm here in Kingston, Ontario, Canada.
Okay, yeah. A bit colder?
No, we're in the summer. Hot.
Oh, that's great.
That's great. I saw you 2 years ago, 2019, here in Toronto.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, the show was fantastic, Thomas.
Thank you, man.
Very welcome, yes. Your new studio album, The Nightmare of Being, will be released in July 2 via Century Media. Congratulations.
Thank you so much, man. We're really happy with it.
What are your expectations about it?
Well, I mean, it's a new At the Gates record. It has a lot more layers and details and unexpected turns than the previous record. But I think that the Gates listener is kind of used to, they got used to get challenged by us, They want to get, their curiosity fulfilled with an At the Gates record. So I have great expectations for it. So far, the response has been amazing. And we can't wait for all the people to hear it,
Fantastic. When and where did you record this album, Thomas?
We recorded it here in Sweden. We used a couple of different studios. One for the drums, one for the guitars, one for the vocals, one for the classical musical instruments. So it was a very meticulous effort to record this album, but we are very happy with the result.
Okay. How was the creative process in this Nightmare of Being? Any story to share?
Well, I mean, it starts as it usually starts. Me having an idea of a concept and Jonas kind of following the idea with musical content. And we kind of start to weave together how, what kind of emotions we want the album to display. And there, like in which kind of directions we want to take it in, which moods. And that kind of takes on a life of its own after a while. We just keep writing, throwing some stuff away, adding stuff. I think the pandemic actually this time helped us a bit.
Yes,
we had more time to focus on the writing process. So to go back to the songs over and over and just like make them even more, articulate, I guess, intricate. I think, At the Gates has always been this kind of like creative force. And we always had this curiosity, as I talked about before, to go further and explore different orchestrations, different kind of song arrangements.
Yeah.
But this time we had the time to really, really go for it and go all the way.
Yeah.
While still keeping it at the Gates. That's very important. It still sound like an At the Gates record.
Definitely. Are there any difference between this new album and the previous Dream from the Night itself, Thomas?
Yeah, I think, we started something onto Drink from the Night itself. We really, we worked more with the orchestral parts and the arrangements. So that was like a starting point for the whole idea for this record. But this time we're taking it all the way. There's stuff that you never heard on an At the Gates record before on this one. So we're super excited about the response.
Oh, fantastic. If you could choose one of your own studio albums as the most significant influence of this, The Nightmare of Being, which album would you choose and why?
I think, there has been a few different eras to the band, so it's hard to choose one that would kind of incorporate all of them. So I think, from the early days, we have the last record of the early days, I would say, is with Fear I Kiss the Burning Darkness. That's kind of like the epitome of the first period of the band, whereas Slaughter of the Soul, kind of that's where we distilled everything to this, hard-hitting formula, the more condensed version of the band. And on the last period of the band, like the Rebirth, The Nightmare of Being encompasses everything that we ever done on one album. I think that's how close as I can get to making one record.
Wow, great.
You got three. You got three instead.
Okay. Thomas, I love the video clip, The Paradox. In my opinion, it's fantastic.
Yeah?
Yeah, of course. The analog special effects, the crash coal in soil, were definitely were apocalyptic and old school, of course. That's video from the 90s with that kind of effects, special effects. What can you tell me about that video clip?
We had a lot of fun doing it. And I mean, Patrick is such a creative guy. And I just came up with some ideas, and then he kind of had artistic freedom for the rest. But you're always going to get blown away when Patrick Kaleos does a video clip. You know, he is so artistic, and it's fun to do it with him because it's always like some new challenge, some new weird aspect that he will come to. And I really like working with him.
It's a great video clip, man. Looks so
thanks, man.
Metal. I like that kind of special effects, the natural special effects. And I think the lyrics talks about the humanity and the paradox of life. The song, talking about the song.
Yeah. It's a paradox of the human behavior, basically. Because to cope with the fact that we are aware of our mortality.
Mm-hmm.
The way we are aware of our own mortality, and the way we try to cope with that. Mm-hmm. is to almost be non-human, to have like religions and different worldviews, philosophies. So that's the paradox for me. We don't live as humans. We live as like this, a frightened species that always are pushed forward by our fear of death, basically.
The fear of death. Yes, it's true. Everybody has that, the fear of death. I'm not.
Yeah. But we try to cope with it in different ways. And I think that's the paradox with human behavior. Basically.
I understand. With all your experience in the music business for more of 3 decades, if you could change something or anything in the music business, what would it be?
Well, some of the changes has actually already happened, I think, with the internet revolution, and then also, equipment-wise, that young upcoming bands can record themselves, cheaply or for a good price and release it on the internet by themselves without having to pay loads of money, or having to compromise for a record label to get signed. So we have much more interesting new music out there because of that. A lot of young bands are doing it independently in DIY, and I really like that. So that could have happened earlier, I think,
Yeah, I understand. But do you think when the people do everything for themselves, the business is less productive? Talking about money?
No, I mean, for us, we never thought of ourselves, as a band, as a job, and we never thought about at the Gates as a career.
Okay.
We have always solely been focused on the music. We have our normal day jobs. Still, that pays the food, and the music is our pleasure, what we do for fun.
Okay. So, do you consider that in the metal music, talking about something specific, it's better to have a backup, like a second job or first job in that case?
I think for it's different for different people, I think, but for us, it's a way for us to keep our feet on the ground, to be normal people, and then also like have our outlet, a musical outlet, which is our passion, But as soon as you start having, for us at least, I don't want to judge other bands, but for us, as soon as you have the band as your main source of income, I mean, do you really know that you're not making, some small adjustments subconsciously to sell more records? You know what I mean?
Yeah, I know.
Make the songs a little bit more, sell-worthy or something. Okay. I don't know. For us, it's worked really well to have their day jobs all the time, actually.
Well, at least with this pandemic, had a second job or a first job was better because the music business was stopped for a long time.
Yeah, of course. So yeah.
You did a good job, man.
That's a lifesaver, yeah.
Hell, a lifesaver, definitely. 2 years without concerts. Talking about concerts, Thomas, any concerts on the way?
Yeah, I mean, we still have some shows that are not canceled or postponed in 2021. So we're just crossing our fingers and hoping for the best. But to make sure that the album gets a proper campaign, like that we can go out and play the record for people, we have started booking from like December onwards, and the whole of 2022 is already filled with at the Gates shows. You just don't know about them yet.
Wow. Well, you have a great drummer, Adrian.
Yeah, the heart of the band.
Yeah, I worked with him in like 15 years ago in Peru, in South America. Oh man, he's a drummer.
Oh wow.
Yeah, with Brujería. El Podrido.
Oh yeah. Yeah, he hits hard, this guy.
Oh yeah. Any last words in this interview, Tomas?
Well, I want to thank you for your support, and I am, as I said, I'm super excited that everybody soon will hear the record, and I think people will be like a little surprised at first on some of the twists of the record. But this record is like a grower, you have to listen to it 3-4 times before you start to realize the whole concept of the album. So put on your headphones when you listen to it and go through it a couple of times. And a lot of details will come to life.
Good advice. Perfect, Tomas. Thank you very much. And I hope to see you here in Canada again.
Yeah. We will always go to Canada. You know that.
I know
when
that.
we have a show, we will always go to Canada. We can't wait.
Yeah, you're a great singer. Yes, on the stage you look fantastic.
Thank you so much, man. Have a great day.
Good luck with your new album.
Thank you so much, man.
See you.
Take care.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.